Okay, so let's take a look at all the parts of this awesome live acoustic version from the Helsinki pre-show in 2012. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video, because at the end of the video I'm going to be playing through the whole song and you'll see tabs scroll across the screen. Okay, so this song's in the key of D major, tempo is about 120 BPM, but does vary a lot in tempo. Cool, so let's take a look at the chords first. You've got a classic D5 power chord. Bruce likes to play it like this with his pinky, 3rd fret, B, middle finger, 2nd fret G. It allows him to move between all the other chords nice and easy. So now if you strum that from the A string, it's a very similar chord. It's a D5 over A, but it helps with some of these runs. So you can hear these kind of bass notes going on. So that's D5 over A. Now if you add your 1st finger, Bruce likes to use his thumb. I like to use my 1st finger. So 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the low E. You've got a D over F sharp chord, very popular Bruce chord, sounds amazing. Then if you leave those, again, you leave that D5 kind of thing there, and then you add your ring 3rd finger to the 3rd fret low E, block the A string, and that is a G sus2 chord, sounds fantastic. Okay, now if you take that finger off, now if you strum from the D string, hit the high E string, you've got a D sus2 chord, okay? So sometimes he's playing it, sometimes he's not. Then if you do the same thing again, it's now a D sus2 over F sharp, D sus2 over G, okay? Now if you leave the D5 there, put your 1st finger 2nd fret A, you've got a B minor 7. Don't forget any tabs you get from the store will have the chord diagrams at the top. So if you're struggling with some of these, get yourself the tabs and you can see the chord diagrams in there. So 1st finger on the 2nd fret A, that's now a B minor 7. If you play the high E string, it's a B minor 11. Okay, if you take your 1st middle fingers off, put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, you've got an E minor 7 chord. Now if you just strum it, there's one bit, I think it just picks it from the A string to block the low E string with your thumb. That's a G6 over B. So some funny names, but a lot of them are just slight variations of each other, so not too crazy to play. Okay, cool, so now we've got an A sus4. 1st finger 2nd fret D, middle finger 2nd fret G, either your 3rd or your pinky, 3rd fret B. Okay. Now, if you drop your middle finger to the 2nd fret D, that's an A7 sus4 chord, very common Bruce chord, especially with his acoustic arrangements. So that's A7 sus4. Sounds harder than it is to play. And then if you put your 3rd finger 2nd fret B, you've got an A7 chord. Okay, so you often interchanges between those two, really lush. Drop your 3rd finger to the 2nd fret G. A sus2, okay, and then in the middle 8 bit, it's got some slightly different chords. It starts off with the A sus2 actually with his 1st and 2nd fingers, and then he puts his 3rd finger down on the 3rd fret low E. So I'm just going to call that A sus2 over G. And this one I do actually play my thumb because I've running out of fingers, so I'm playing an A sus2 over F sharp. Okay, and then I'm taking my thumb off. So it's basically you've got that kind of foundation chord there and then different root notes. Okay, then you've got a B minor in the choruses, bar the 2nd fret with your 1st finger, then 3rd finger 4th fret D, pinky 4th fret G, middle finger 3rd fret B. That's your B minor. Now, F sharp minor 11. Again, sounds harder than it is to play. So it saves you playing a full bar chord, and it actually sounds really nice on an acoustic. 3rd finger 4th fret of the A string, pinky 4th fret D, 1st finger 2nd fret G. So it's instead of an F sharp minor chord, and then a G5 later on in the song. So it's just like the G sus2 without your middle finger. So quite a few chords, but they're not too crazy to play. Again, if you get the tabs either in PDF format, Guitar Pro format from the JS Music School website, instant downloads, you better get all those chord diagrams there as well, or using your subscribe style codes. Cool, so I'm going to put the song structure up on the screen now. Hopefully that'll allow you to break down all of the individual sections Any chords in brackets means there's more than one chord in that particular bar. And you can sort of see the repeats, etc. Don't forget, all song structures will be a description of the YouTube video, so that drop down thing there, and you can copy and paste it into a Word file. Cool, so let's take a look at the first and second verses first. Okay, so it starts off a little bit more strummy and then it goes picky later on. So strumming pattern here, down, 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 up, down, up. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. So you start on the D5, D over F sharp. In a split bar, we're going to go down, down, up on each chord. Down, G sus2, and D5 over A. Then B minor 7, your first pattern. E minor 7, B minor 7, G sus2, then A7 sus4, down, 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 up, and then down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So there's a little bit more strumming in that last bar there. Of course, that's the first verse. The second verse is exactly the same, apart from he just stays on the A7 sus4 for 2 bars. Rather than going to the A7. So that's the first and the second verses. Now, again, if you look at the song structure, it helps you to manage it, because it's quite a long song, lots of chord changes. So the third, the fourth, the fifth and the sixth verses are all exactly the same. It's an 8-bar phrase. Okay, so similar, but it's going to be a little bit more picking. It sounds like he's just doing a little bit more picking. Again, when I've recorded this, I've done quite a rigid sort of timing just to make it easier to read when you're watching the walkthrough. But he's very loose timing here. So he's obviously, sometimes he's playing a bit slower, faster to match the dynamics and the lyrical melody, etc. So feel free to be a bit looser with the timing. Okay, so third, fourth, fifth, and sixth verses. You're going to do D sus2, all 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm picking it like this: down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. Feel free to do alternate. Bruce often does downs, then ups. I just prefer to do it like this: down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. Same sort of thing now, the D over F sharp. Then G sus2, split bar. So here I'm just going to go E, D, B, G, then the D5 over A, D, G, B. So A, D, B, G. That bar again, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And B minor 7, same kind of picking as we've done before. Down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. E minor 7. So here I'm going E, A, D, then up, 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 down, up. Then B minus 11. D sus2 over G. Some really lush chords. Let me know in the comments if you were at that Helsinki show. That must have been awesome when he was doing kind of pre-show, kind of a few special songs for the people that have queued up all day on the pit. Really awesome. So that's the third, the fourth, the fifth and the sixth verses. Okay. Again, feel free to change it up as Bruce does all the time, even just in this song. Okay. So they're all the verses. Let's do the first and the second bridges. Okay. So what we've got, the first bridge is more strumming. Okay. So where are we? First bridge is more strumming. Here you're going to go split bar, down, down, up, G sus2, A7 sus4, D5 over A, B minor 7. Do those 2 bars 3 times. One more time. So again, you can see from my fingering, you don't actually have to change your hand position a lot, which Bruce loves. And then you're going to do A7 sus4, down, down, up, down, up, down, up to the A7. And he does these 2 bars 3 times. Cool, so it's the first bridge. Now the second bridge is going to be a little bit more strummy. Okay, so same kind of chords. Okay, so G sus2. pick it like we've done before. D5 over A, B minor 7. You do that 3 times. Down, up, 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 down, up. Do those 2 bars 3 times. Then A7 sus4, whole bar. A7 for a whole bar. And you do that A7 sus4 to A7 4 times instead of 3 that you did in the first bridge. Okay, cool. And then we'll take a look at the third bridge, which is just slightly different, not too much. So you start off, you just do 2 rounds of the kind of split bars, G sus2, A7 sus4, D5 over A, B minor 7. Do those 2 times this time rather than 3 that you had in the first, second bridges. And this time you do the A7 sus4 to A7 8 times, but on the 8th time it's slightly different. So those 2 bars. So you do it 8 times, but on the 8th round it's going to go like this. And you're going to do A7 like this, down, up, and then he's kind of doing a little run to set himself up for the third chorus. Basically G sus2, but you only really need the low E and the D string, open A, and then second fret, D string. So that last bar of the third bridge. Cool. Okay, so they're all the bridges. Okay, so now we're going to do all the chorus sections. So we're going to do the first chorus. It's a little bit more strummy. The first chorus, B minor, down, down, up, F sharp minor 11, down, down, up, G sus2, down, down, up, D over F sharp. They've got this cool little run. Again, I'm doing it as chord notes here, but it's obviously a little bit more looser with Bruce is doing it live. So I'm going to do G5, down, D over F sharp, E minor 7, D5, and then A7 sus4, picking. And you do these, again, in the song structure, the first 2 lines of each chorus are done twice. So B minor, F sharp minor 11, G sus2, D over F sharp, then the run, G5, D5, D over F sharp, E minor 7, D5, A7 sus4. Cool, love that bit. Okay, and then G sus2, D sus2 over G, D sus2 over F sharp, D sus2 over G, and in the first chorus only he does this. 2 strums of D over F sharp, and then A sus2 for the rest of the bar. Cool, so now we'll take a look at the second and third choruses. Okay, cool. So these are pretty much the same, okay, but you're just going to do picking unlike the start of the first chorus. So B minor, down, up, F sharp minor 11. I'm kind of doing the bassier notes first. Okay, then G sus2, D over F sharp. Pretty much the same chords, you're just picking them. And then the run, A7 sus4. You do that line again, F sharp minor 11, G sus2, D over F sharp, G5, D over F sharp, E minor 7, D5. Okay, and now you've got D sus2 over G. Love this melody here. And then D sus2 over F sharp. Do those 2 bars twice. Cool, so second and third chorus is exactly the same. And then we'll just take a look at the fourth chorus before the final section, which is the middle 8. So the fourth chorus, you're going to do B minor 7. He basically changes his pattern. Rather than doing that and that, he's just simplified it and he's going B minor 7, D over F sharp, G sus2, for you, for you, for you, for you. He does that twice. Then it's slowing down, so he does the same thing, but really slows down. So it's 3 times. Okay, and then D sus2, 1, 2, and then 2 D sus2s over G. then D sus2 kind of arpeggiated. Cool, so the middle 8 is the only thing we haven't done, so let's go through that now. So middle 8 is this cool little run, A sus2 but with your first and second fingers. Kind of same picking as we've done before. A sus2 over G. And use a thumb here, which I don't normally recommend, but more authentic for Bruce. And then so the run, A sus2, third fret low E with the A sus2 over G, A sus2 over F sharp, A sus2 over E, then G6 over B, which looks exactly like your E-7. You're just picking it from the A string. Then D sus2 over F sharp. Then you do that run again with the A sus2. G sus2. A7 sus4, 2 bars. Of course, that's all the parts. I have got another version of For You, which is why I thought I'd go for an acoustic one this time. So I think it's a live version. If you search on YouTube, you'll be able to find that one as well. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Any comments or suggestions, let me know below. Please subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Any questions about subscribestar.com/Bruce Guitar or getting files from the website, let me know. Happy to answer any questions. Thanks as always for all your support. See you next time. Cheers. Bye. to get guitar profiles, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much, see you on the next one.